Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mike McCord, and this is a fitness, lifestyle, and self-improvement channel. So if you've built any sort of muscle mass or gained any sort of size, you'll know that asymmetry is kind of the elephant in the room for almost anybody's physique. If you don't believe me, just take a photo on your camera roll on your iPhone, go into your editing software and just mirror it, and it will make you rethink your life. So as I was getting started lifting, I'll show you a couple pictures here, but essentially I've always dealt with a little asymmetry. I feel blessed. It's not horrible, but it's definitely something that I notice when I look at my physique. So, I think a lot of bodybuilders would note similar things about their body, whether it be just something simple like your one forearm being bigger or your one, bicep insertion seeming to be slightly different, or, where it's a little more overwhelming, like your trap and your shoulder on one side are slightly bigger. It just throws off your whole physique. Now, I would be willing to bet, and I looked this up, I couldn't find any info on it, but I'd be willing to bet that a lot of the guys you see at the pro stage that are phenomenally symmetrical, like Chris Bumstead and Hadi Chopin, are probably either left-handed or mostly ambidextrous. Again, couldn't confirm that, but I just say this because when you use one arm or one side dominantly in all your activities, it's going to bear note in your physique. So for this reason, I have been forcing myself to become ambidextrous in a couple different ways. Not across the board, but the ways that matter. At my job as a bartender, I have to fill my ice well so that I can put ice in drinks and things. And it's a really big ice well. It takes about 10 buckets full of ice. And normally, if I weren't thinking about it, would use my right side to kind of shovel out this ice. And it's a full arm, shoulder, trap, and even lat dominant movement, bending down like that and pulling the ice out with that big scoop. So I started to force myself to use my left hand. I just switched around to the other side, and now I use my left hand to fill the buckets. Just something that I force myself to do every day. Similarly, brushing my teeth. This one's really tough. Go ahead, I definitely recommend you try it. If you're left-handed, switch to right. If you're right-handed, switch to left. It's incredibly difficult, but brushing your teeth is one of those movements that it involves your shoulder, your trap is involved, your arms moving around, it's repetitive. So that's another thing I've been forcing myself to be ambidextrous with. I have noticed that it's been helping. Minuscule differences. Of course, we all know our bodies better than other people would, so I'm not sure if I showed you pictures if you would notice it, but I just notice even as strength is concerned, just with my grip strength and other small, little small things like that, I think that my physique looks a little more symmetrical. I've talked about it in other videos too, but if you're going to be bodybuilding and you're on the stage and you're really asymmetrical, or you have one thing that's really dominant, you're going to have to learn how to pose properly to show that properly. That's a whole different conversation, but your posing really reflects your symmetry. And some guys can pull off poses that other guys cannot. That classic lat flare that Chris Bumstead does, it looks good on him, but some other people that have one shoulder that's dominant, or maybe a tricep that pops out a little differently, it's not going to look right. So that's something to note as well. If you're a bodybuilder, a competitive bodybuilder, and you're on stage, you're going to have to edit your stage routine to kind of make these asymmetries not show up as much as they would if you didn't think about it. That's it for this one. Again, guys, still super busy with the house. As you can see, I'm just kind of standing here in my kitchen. That's a newly resurfaced wall right there. Looks pretty good. Almost done with drywall stuff. We're going to move on to paint tomorrow. So lots going on with my house right now. My shirt, I don't know if you can see how great that looks. But yeah, having a fun time with it. It's been a great learning experience. I'm going to post videos every Friday. I'll see you guys next week.